Alan, we had to settle for a point there, and we could have won it, couldn't we?
Should have won it from the position we're in, Ray, without a doubt. Got off to a great start. Lads started exactly like we want. We changed formation today. We went with a little diamond in the middle of the park and played Kane up top with alongside Hayes to give him that extra support. And it worked to a T. Everything went according to plan as you would want. Both of them on the score sheet. And I think that there was a bit of a turning point. Kane's probably had a chance to put with 3 up. And he just hasn't managed to get over the line. And then them had little flashes and they weren't really causing any problem. It was just that we were causing our own problem by being so deep. But then all of a sudden, one throw changes the game again. It was like the Leamington game, a throw in. How you're not dealing with it, one throw, it was nothing different. You just attack the ball, and it's not as if he had to attack it. He stands still and he's just flicked it on into the corner, and that's a big disappointment for me when you've got the type of players that you've got on that pitch. So it's not as if they don't know the rules and they don't know the game. But again, the second goal for me, it's a big lump straight through the middle and no one's attacked it. It's a simple game, but one thing I will say, the referees absolutely destroyed the game from start to finish for me. He's give fouls that weren't fouls, offsides that weren't offsides, decisions that were absolutely baffling. And they'll just go on and get another game, but something needs to be done because, speaking to Billy, it's laughable. You know, for both sides, he totally spoiled the game. There was inconsistency, it was unbelievable, and that's a baffling thing.
Yeah. From our point of view, though, we were up against an aerial bombardment, aren't we, towards the big number 9, Matt Reid?
Yeah, we knew that would happen, and we explained what we wanted, and the lads were dropping far too deep for my liking. But what I couldn't understand is every time the ball went to him and he didn't win his header, he's on the floor and the ref gives a foul for nothing. And he bought everything. And I said that to the referee at half time. I said, you can't be letting him referee the game for you. And he did. He dictated that. And listen, he's a handful. He knows how to play the game. He's got plenty of nous about him. But listen, the amount of times he went down was quite embarrassing, to be honest with you. And to get the free kicks for them, he's 6'4", remember, and he's about 18 stone. And he's going down to the floor that often, there's something wrong. So, because he's straight back up again, don't get us wrong, straight back up, and then because the referee gives a foul, something like that. But if he doesn't get a foul, then he gets abuse. So, it's not a great way, but unfortunately, that's what you've got to deal with.
Jacob Hazel scored a good goal today. He was off to a great start, didn't he?
Fantastic start. As I say, we told the lads what wanted to get down the side. We knew the centre backs wouldn't be as mobile as what some of them are, and they played a 4 today, which helped what we were doing. And I say that Kane and Hayes were doing brilliant first half, down the sides, causing them all kinds of problems. But the only disappointing thing is we didn't do that in the second half. We never done enough of it, in the second half, and we just were keeping the ball in slow and inviting the pressure, so to speak. And we're not good enough to do that. That's the bottom line. We're not good enough to do that because them just set up. It's a really small pitch, yeah. People don't realise it's a really small pitch. And if you're too slow with the ball, you get caught in possession and forced into error. So what we done in the first half was what I asked of them. The second half, for some reason, they didn't take the instructions on board.
Ken Felix made it 2-0. He had a chance for 3-0, didn't he? And that could have buried the game.
Yeah, I think that puts a game to bed. And he said it's just come behind him and he's reaching for it and he couldn't get enough power on it to put it in. But again, you're 2-0 up there. You know, when the experience in that team there, the squad, the players that we've got in there, we should manage that game quite comfortably, and that's the most disappointing thing. And it's not the first time, and it's different personnel, so they need to get their heads together and make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah. Still 6 in the table, and we're still 7 points clear of 8th place, so positions unchanged, and we've got Curzon Ashton coming up on Tuesday night, all being well.
Yeah, we need to get a big win on Tuesday night. It's going to be a tough game again. We know what Curzon are like. We've got some decent players who spent a lot of money and brought them in. And it's going to be a difficult task, probably pretty similar to what Reedy does here, as Jimmy Spencer will do there. So we need to cotton onto that. Bigger pitch for us to play with football, and hopefully we can do that. But the lads need to pick themselves up from the disappointment of not winning the game. But as I say, it's a massive game for us on Tuesday night. If we can just we keep ticking them off, right, and keep ourselves in them positions, and anything can happen in them playoffs. And I will say it, we keep working, and our fans might be disappointed that we haven't signed a striker yet. I don't know how many we've put bids in for and been turned down. We've got bids in for players and spoke to players, and the players haven't made decisions yet, or some won't drop to part-time. And listen, it's not through lack of trying. It's certainly not. It's not through holding money back. I will say that, because some of the stuff I see read is laughable, and the club is trying to do it. We are trying to progress, and we are trying to do it in the right way. That's the big thing I will say. It's got to be done in the right way, and the forwards that I'm speaking to, I say we know what we want. We need a big centre forward that's going to take a little bit of heat off them, and there's no point in me bringing a little centre forward in when I've got Nella and I've got Kane as well. So listen, they're a rare breed, these centre forwards that we're looking for, and there's not many about, unfortunately, but we'll keep trying. And as I say, there's offers in there. We've got offers at players, and them just waiting to make decisions.
You mentioned Nella there. It was good to see him back on the football field, wasn't it?
Great. I love Nella a bit. His enthusiasm, he comes on there, you could see he's dying to get on, and he's up there challenging for the ball straight away. And listen, he's going to try too hard because he's just come back, but my heart was in my mouth when I seen him hit the floor, mind you. But no, listen, I'm delighted for the kid to have someone of his quality back, and that's what I'm saying. Like, people say, why haven't we gone and bought a striker? If I can get Nella what we know he is, there's no one better than Nella in this league. That's certainly for the type of striker he is. There's not many better than him. So he's a massive bonus. But I do know that we are, by the way, trying to bring one in. And say, will he be in time for Tuesday? I don't know. Fingers crossed we'll get one in sooner rather than later.